Shit. birthday, kids. What time is that?
Let's see what the great Patrick Mahomes will do on this play.
But before we can talk about how great Patrick Mahomes is, we have a flag on the play.
Before the ball was snapped, pass interference on the defense, numbers 1, 2, and 3. By rule, the great and powerful Patrick Mahomes will elect where to place the ball. Hail Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, it's now 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Ball is snapped.
Man, look at the way Patrick Mahomes handed off that ball. Superb technique.
But let's check out the flag on the play.
During the play, personal foul, violating Patrick Mahomes' personal bubble. The result of the play is first down, touchdown, and Chiefs win by 50 points. Hail Patrick Mahomes.
The Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
USA Tuesdays, Scout fucking Bird, and Patrick Mahomes, man, go!
It was like the same blueprint that we had when we beat them in the Super Bowl when I was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Rush 4, put all the pressure on Patrick Mahomes, let him scramble around, get frustrated, and then throw interceptions.
You know, there were some questionable calls, but, you know, you can't make that as an excuse. Yeah.
Let me hear you all say, E-L-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Let's go, Birds!
Congratulations, Saquon. Hi, how are you? Guess what? Your daddy won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Are you so excited?
Yeah.
What do you want to say to him?
Congratulations, my favorite.
Yes, indeed. It looks like we did it. You know, I'm still processing it. We work so hard for something, and it comes, and just really want to soak it in.
It's going to take a while to process it. You're going to wake up tomorrow morning, and you're going to feel so good. What I want you to feel good about is don't let that jersey out of your sight. I had a few stolen over the years.
I ain't letting that
So
happen.
keep track of that. It's going to be memorable down the road. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations to you and your team.
You want to leave a table with the people? Go ahead, spell it. E-A-T-L-E-S. Hackle. Let me know to work on a spelling lesson for the Eagle fans, man. That's the second time publicly this week I've heard it spelled wrong.
And Devontae, and
with the
sneaker way.
Uh-oh. Good move there.
Oh.
Great maneuver.
A little okey doke. Oh!
Let's see. Doesn't suspect anything.
Look at that face.
You want to go on a date? You might have to fight my fiance for that.
Well, I want to go to the nursing home.
Unlimited diarrhea. Unlimited.
All right, guys, let's get back to football.
Yeah, I have to go warm up. I'm about to throw for 100 yards with possibly a touchdown. We'll let the referees decide that.
All right, Patrick, we'll let you go.
Wow. Taylor's gone. Taylor. Goodbye. Touchdown.
The Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
Verstaat, Angriff. Oh. 5 Yards treffen.
Well, John Fetterman must be happy, right?
I can't tell whether he's kidding or not.
That was after his stroke. He's kind of
it's like, what the heck?
Out of it. He meant to say it was the Steelers were playing the Eagles, and he meant to say the Eagles are better than the Steelers.
Holy
yeah, okay.
All right, I got it.
Now, don't all of us wish we had a grandmother like that?
Yes.
Grandma has got to go on. I want to go out and date.
Poor Josh Allen has to deal with that after he came.
Gave me a perfect segue into unlimited diarrhea.
Yeah. Unlimited.
Oh, that video reminded me of something. Does anyone remember when the Phillies won the World Series back in 1980?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Larry Bowen.
I mean,
Do
I
you
remember of it. Yeah.
when there was 2 outs and it's the K9 Corps and the horses came on the field like in back of the dugout? That's the way Philadelphia celebrates things. Bring out the horses. It's going to be a mess.
Burn down the town.
That's right.
Yeah.
I called my mom. I called my mom about that. I said, "This is what you have to do: just go up and down Broad Street, throw some banners, have a good time. Broad Street's right in the middle of Philadelphia. Then just call it a day and don't."
Yeah, it's I mean, they are what they are at this point, right? And hey, they won the Super Bowl. It was, I don't know about you guys, but it was a glorious night for me.
Oh, it was awesome for me. I can't think of a more of a game I enjoyed more thoroughly than that. Maybe throughout the whole season.
Yeah,
We've been waiting all season long for one of these games.
Now the three of us, Bruce, you lost your audio. You're muted. That's what happened. Can I unmute you? I don't know. It's weird. I'm seeing a slash through his audio.
Oh,
okay. You might have to unplug your mic and plug it back in again, Bruce, or log out and log back in because we can't hear you. Yeah, we the three of us we've seen many blowouts in the Super Bowl era, especially back in the 80s and early 90s. Like they were always lopsided games. It was, you always say the conference championships were the last good games of the year because the Super Bowl was terrible. And, for the most part, that was true. But this particular blowout was, to me, must-see TV. I couldn't stop. I watched the whole game. I watched every play. I was like, this is glorious. So, yeah, Bruce, you might have to drop out and come back because we still can't hear you. It's weird how it just stopped working all of a sudden.
Yeah, he was fine before.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about we're going to talk about so many things that happen in the game, but to me, it all comes down to what we brought this up in the show throughout the year, and I don't think it gets talked about enough. The Eagles' offensive line was better, and the Eagles' defensive line was better.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Case closed. Yeah. You could talk about all the stars and all the plays, but man, those lines were just better.
Well, we're also old enough to have grown up on John Madden, and how many times would he circle the two lines and say, see these guys right here, these big, fat, ugly guys? They're the ones who win the game. Yeah. So the games are won in the trenches. So we can't hear you, Bruce. I would log out and come back. So while we're waiting for Bruce, we all won our picks. Yep. Bruce finished the postseason 7-6 against
over 500. Okay,
over 500. Edson 5-8. Me 5-8.
At least for sharing the seller.
Yeah, but I won there's no triple crown for losing. If we pick preseason, I'd probably get the triple crown of losing because I lost the regular season. And boy, I gotta, you think picking with the spread is really hard. There's a reason those point spreads are where
I know.
Vegas knows what they're doing.
And most of them, probably like 75% of them are right on target. Well, once in a while you get the blowouts, but 75% they're right. They're right there. Way. So I give them a lot of credit for that. And people who professionally pick them and stuff and are successful about it.
Well, the house doesn't want to lose the money, so they know what they're doing.
Yeah. And I know that now that I don't know when it started, but maybe from the beginning that the lines do change over the week based on how much money goes into what side of it. So,
yeah.
If it's one that the public, if it's a line that the public really doesn't agree with, it'll change because they'll pile in all the money.
And it makes you wonder when the script gets changed. Yeah.
It does make you wonder what happened. Like what?
Well, there was a point in this game when I think that it was 34-6, maybe. The in-game on FanDuel, the in-game point spread went up to 16.5. The Chiefs were getting 16.5.
Yep.
And I almost picked that because you kind of wondered if they'd get a few garbage time scores. They did, but they still lost by 18.
So. But they still would have lost it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Are we working now?
Yeah, I could hear you.
Yep.
And I know it didn't matter, but I have a bone to pick with that last 8 points that they got. I guess the Gatorade must have just gotten into his head over that one, but I know it didn't matter. But we'll
letting Kenny Pickett throw on 4th down. Well, we'll get.
Yeah,
what I want to do is I want
exactly.
to go through.
Yeah.
Drive by drive since
Right.
we have one game to talk about here.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's going to be a reduced show. It's our last football show for now. So I mean, game started off kind of, kind of like when two heavyweights get in the ring and they just kind of feel each other out a little bit. So a couple punts.
Yeah, I got mad right away when they did that penalty where I thought it was questionable.
Me too.
I'm like, there we go again.
Yeah.
We're gonna get it again. But
when they called offensive pass interference on AJ Brown. Yeah.
Which I've seen that so many times, and it's like, okay, you're gonna
I looked at it as that was offensive pass interference, but in the Super Bowl, it was so ticky-tacky.
Yeah.
It was reminiscent of the Bradbury call at the end of the last time these two played in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
That pass interference they called on Bradbury that was very ticky-tacky.
Right.
Yep.
So I thought the same thing. I'm like, oh, here we go again. But then the Eagles get the ball. They go right down the field. There's a big play there too. What was the guy's name? Some wide receiver. This down the liner guy. I can't remember his name now. It looks like he scores a touchdown, but he was actually down on the one.
Right. You could see it. You could see his knee go down before the ball crossed. Yep.
I made the same prop bet the last time these two teams played in the Super Bowl, and I made the same prop bet this time that Jalen Hurts would score the first touchdown of the game. And when I was like, well, there it goes. And then they showed him down on the one. I'm like, I got it. Tush push. Here we go.
Oh,
yeah. I won that prop bet 2 Super Bowls in a row.
And I'm going to make it perfectly clear. I detest the tush push. I hope they get rid of the tush push. But it did show me something right off the bat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this offensive line just buried the Kansas City defensive line. And it's going to be a long day for them. Because did you see that? It wasn't just like he barely got in. They just pushed the whole line back.
They just shoved it back.
I've never seen anybody do that to the
The thing is so crazy about the tush push, you know what's going to happen.
Yes.
And Kansas City says, it's like, okay, let's get ready for this. And Philadelphia says, yeah, watch this. Yeah, you're going to stop this.
It didn't matter that it happened. It's like an onside kick. It's coming.
Dotson was the guy that caught the 27-yard pass.
Yeah, I thought that was a great play, and I thought he was in at first, but it was clearly he wasn't.
So they go up early, and then you got to say, okay, now we're going to get in one of these shootouts like the last one.
Right.
Kansas City, 5 plays and done, and they punt again. And this is is this the drive where Kelsey? Is this the first time he tried
There was a drop. There was a
no, it wasn't on this one. Oh. The Kansas City drives all started to look the same.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, they were getting a lot of pressure on Mahomes, only rushing 4.
Yep.
Which was crazy. Doesn't look like they had sacked him yet. So now we go to the next series. Philadelphia picks off the ball.
This was a pick, right?
No, I'm sorry. They threw a pick, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he did. So yeah.
I remember now. Hurts he got his arm hit. The ball was it was really underthrown.
Right.
Picked off like down around what the
and I was so mad because the thing you don't want to see is a pick at your end and a pick way at the opponent's end, because either way
that was at the 2-yard line. He's trying to
because it's like, oh, you could have just gone up by damn.
And you're wondering,
you had at least a field goal, but now you don't have anything. Damn.
Right. And now you're expecting the Chiefs now are going to capitalize on that momentum. 4 plays and out. So they punt again. This is the one where he threw a pass to Kelsey and dropped it.
I mean, it wasn't like an easy catch, but he makes those all the time, and I was like shocked. I expected that to be a first down right off the bat, and I was like, whoa.
Did you see the play? There was a play, I think it was in the second quarter. Mahomes was running around for his life.
Oh yeah.
And Kelsey didn't even try to block. And then Mahomes fumbled and Kelsey just stood there and looked at it, kind of like Cam Newton did.
Yeah, it didn't seem like he was really into it. Almost like he knew that the Kansas City offensive game plan was not focused on him because they thought that the Philadelphia defensive game plan was to make sure he was covered all the time. So almost like they came up with a way. It's like, okay, we're going to use you as a decoy because
Right.
Once that gets in his head, this is all speculation on my part. I'm not getting this from any insight or anything like that. This is speculation on my part. Once that gets into his head, it's like, well, why am I even, I'm not going to be the star of the game.
Yeah.
Well, you talk about speculation. I got one for you. This is, as they say on the Webertard show, this is reckless speculation, but I'm going to go with this.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, this is the first time Kelsey in a long time has played in a big game away from Kansas City. Okay. Do you think he was intimidated a little bit by Philadelphia's defense, the way they were? Because Kelsey looked lost for the first 3 quarters. Then it was like all of a sudden, oh yeah, I can play now. I can get out there, because he was probably like freaked out by something. I don't know, the bright lights.
I think it was his last game. I think he had plans to make a big spectacle on the podium. And
for sure.
I think the fact that he knew he was playing his last game affected him. I think he was a little distracted. The look on his face afterward when he had walked off, because now he knows he's going to have to just announce it in the offseason, like, unceremoniously.
And his girlfriend got booed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had this whole script in his head, and once it started,
right. That's a great point. That's a great point.
That's it.
I think once they got down, and here's where they got down. So the Eagles kick a field goal, and then on the next Kansas City possession, Mahomes throws a pick six.
Not just a pick six. Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Which was Cooper DeJean's first NFL career interception on his birthday, and he takes it to the house in the Super Bowl. How's that?
That's awesome.
And it's like, there you are at the 25, 20 yard, and there's plenty of Kansas City guys around. It's almost like that when they see that happening, like when you're Bruce, when you're saying something's getting, it's like they're like, what did our quarterback just throw an interception? Almost like
right
that instead of like being in the play. It's like, what did they just get an interception from us?
I think one of my favorite plays is when the quarterback throws the interception and the defense that makes the interception turns into offense.
Yeah.
And the way they block down the field, it's like flip a switch.
Yeah.
And Mahomes is like, oh crap, here they come.
Yeah.
it's like they're coming for blood.
Yeah.
And they flip a switch like instantaneously.
Well, and
I like that.
We should talk about that. What led to that interception, Edson, was he got sacked back to back on back-to-back plays preceding that. He was under siege again.
Yep.
And he forced to throw.
I was like,
we had the clip of Gronk in the opening video saying that they used the same blueprint Tampa Bay did. Rush 4, only 7 back, nobody's open. And if the 4 can get pressure like they didn't blitz once in this game, Philadelphia.
Well, that's why I read that. I couldn't not believe that. One time they did not blitz.
I think we talked about this. It was reminiscent. If the Eagles are going to win this, it would be reminiscent of the Tampa Bay Kansas City one, where there was the only issues Kansas City had that year was the offensive line, and they didn't have it the whole year like this. This year they had offensive line issues all year long, and they didn't fix it. And that particular game, they had injuries towards the end. I might have even been in the playoffs that they had injuries, because I remember saying, I think Kansas City is going to win, but I don't like the fact that they just got injured on the offensive line, and there it happened. Yeah,
I just go back to what I said before, like a couple of weeks ago. We discussed it. I said Philadelphia's got a damn good defense because they did that to Baltimore.
Yeah,
and we were like, yeah, we'll see what happens. But Philadelphia just said, okay, watch this.
Yeah. Kansas City responds by going 5 and out. And again, I think there were back-to-back sacks on this one, potentially. There was 1 sack. Like right away, like you started seeing these sacks piling up. They sacked him 6 times, and they were all over him all game. Like you could see they're down 17-0 now. They respond with a 5-play drive again and punt. Philadelphia doesn't go anywhere. They punt, and then there's another interception on this one. Mahomes on the first play, pass intended for Marquise Hollywood Brown, and Zach Bond makes one of the most amazing diving interceptions I've ever seen. I mean, that was pure athleticism.
And I think they're right there in that time is like where the game was truly kind of gone. I think they really needed to score in the last drive of the half and then get the ball back and then potentially score again and put them right back in the game. But when they didn't do anything, that was it. And worse on top of it, gave another 7 points away. That I think that was it.
Yeah. So Hurts hits AJ Brown for a 12-yard touchdown pass. It is slipping away in a hurry. And then
they get another drive and they
get another drive and they
got the ball a lot.
They have to
complain about that. They got the ball a lot because guess what? The Kansas City defensive game plan worked to a point. They stopped
Barkley. They sold out. They sold out to stop Barkley. And you got to credit Philadelphia.
Oh yeah. They had a way around it. Yeah,
we'll beat you with Jalen's arm and Jalen's legs.
Yep.
Right. And Jalen was healthy. That was the thing. Wasn't he hurt like in the last Super Bowl? He wasn't feeling that good, but he just showed a lot.
I think he had something nagging, but he did play good.
He did play good. So it had at the half, I think the Chiefs had 23 total yards of offense. I mean,
yes, it was unbelievable. It was low.
Seen a more lopsided half of football in Mahomes' career. I mean, this was totally off the hook. It was absolutely crazy. It was 30-0 or something like that at halftime.
It was 24, I think. Was it 24?
24. It was 24.
Yep. Third quarter, Chiefs get the ball first. 7 plays and a punt. They just could not move the ball.
And even then, I still in the back of my head, it's like the Kansas City can still do something here. It's 20.
Right.
You score a touchdown like within 2 minutes, and you're right back. And it's like but they couldn't do anything.
And here again, back-to-back sack. This is stuff you don't see from the Chiefs. They were befuddled. You could see it on their faces on the sidelines. They had no answer for this. Philadelphia takes the punt and goes on the field, kicks a field goal. Chiefs get the ball back, and now they're already in 4-down territory.
Right.
In the third quarter.
Yep.
They turn it over on downs. This was just crazy. Where was the one where he fumbles? That was the next series, I think.
Yeah.
Then this one, I jumped out of my seat at the Super Bowl party I was at and just yelled, "Kill shot!" Second play of the drive, Hurts drops back and just drops a 46-yard dime to Devonta Smith, and it was ball game, baby. That was it. I mean, kill shot.
7 seconds. 7 seconds. 2 plays. 7 seconds.
and the ball drop, it was perfectly placed.
Yep.
But it was still a little bit underthrown. You saw Smith on the replay actually had to slow down a little bit, so he overrun the throw. It was really well done, though. Beautiful play, and that was if you want a play to be the kill shot, that was the pretty play. That's the one.
Right. If you want to get killed that way.
And I was actually impressed by this, that the Eagles were so aggressive and happy, because a lot of times when throughout the year when other teams had Kansas City and they somehow made it, it's because of this. They just shut down or they make some stupid decision and stuff like that and don't,
they take their foot off the gas.
Yeah. And but this, oh my gosh, that was perfect.
So the Chiefs score a touchdown. They actually go down the field in 7 plays. Hits Worthy for a touchdown, and then befuddling. Why did they go for 2?
That I don't get.
You're chasing 4 scores. You don't need the 2 right now.
This whole year, I've been wanting to say that. This whole year, I don't know what gets into these minds of these coaches with the 2. What happened to using some kind of blueprint and using 2 appropriately? And then they get further behind. It's been happening all year long with different teams.
Yeah. So the Eagles respond to that with a field goal of their own after eating almost 6 minutes off the clock. And then Kansas City gets the ball back. This is the one.
Right.
He didn't just get sacked. I yelled, "Oh my God, he's dead."
Right.
And there was 5 teenage girls in the room who were there to watch Kendrick Lamar. And they burst out laughing. They're like, "He's dead. That's hysterical." I mean, he really got.
And
he got hurt. He got hurt.
and I know the game was out of hand, but I fully expected the flag to come out.
Me
I don't care
too.
whether it was or not.
You know, I think there was so much made of for 2 weeks. There was so much made.
Yeah,
of
it got to the NFL.
It was almost like the refs were like, "Yeah, you know what? This is payback time. Let them get the shit beat out."
Once the NFL came out the previous week and said, "No, nothing to see here. There's no conspiracy going." Once that happened, I'm like, "Oh, maybe they will be fair in the Super Bowl."
Okay. I'm gonna make the wrong comment. So get this ready.
Oh,
All right, here we go. Wrong comment. During that play, Mahomes like, "Damn, bro." Looking at the referee, said, "Man, what's up with that?" He said, "Man, maybe Black History Month, but your ass getting killed tonight." So
I'm glad you're saying that, not me.
But it's true every time because Mahomes is always looking at the referee, going,
"Where is it?" And there it comes.
Meanwhile, you know, his father's outside getting in a fight with John Rocker. But anyway,
okay.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
No, I never heard about this.
I never even heard of it. So damn.
His father was like drunk outside as usual, wandering around the streets. And John Rocker, remember John Rocker?
The pitcher, John Rocker?
I do remember him, yes.
He was in an arcade or something there, and he made a joke at Patrick Mahomes' father, and his father came at him, and he's like, "What are you do, man?"
I gotta look this up.
Apparently, I think they're gonna set up a charity boxing match or something.
I didn't even realize
John Rocker will kill him because John Rocker is totally jacked. Like
I didn't realize Mahomes' father had this. Is that like an ongoing problem that he has?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah. But back to the game. So the Eagles respond to the touchdown or grab the fumble and kick a field goal.
Yep.
Then the Chiefs. Now we're in garbage time. Like it's garbage time. Game's over.
5 minutes left.
5 minutes left, and the Chiefs score a touchdown. D-Hop, which you know what? This was the one time I actually was happy for the Chiefs in the game.
Hopkins, yeah.
I want at least Hopkins, like, because he made that horrible drop.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, he was wide open in the middle of the field. And what the hell was he doing? Like he turned his hands backwards and tried to, I don't know what he was doing. Like,
yeah, I mean, I know, you know, the Mahomes was running for his life all game long, but his receivers didn't really help him. You know, Worthy had a great game, but his receivers didn't really help him otherwise.
No, I'm especially, you know, D-Hop had a big drop. Kelsey had a big drop. There was somebody else too. I don't remember, but anyway, boy, it's amazing that I can't even remember less than a week ago.
Okay, I just sent you guys the link for the John Rocker fight.
Oh, okay. Great.
I just saw it like so you can read it, and so later on I looked at it and said, "Man, Patrick Mahomes' father looks hard.
Yeah,
that's a hard looking brother."
Yeah, wow. That's alcohol, cigarettes will kill you, man. So the now Kenny Pickett comes in the game.
You're probably squirming. I was like, Keith, it's not good.
No, I was laughing, but he screwed me and Edson out of a combined $400. This guy.
He screwed me too.
Oh, he screwed you too?
That's right, because I told you if they would have held on to the ball, I would have won $250.
Oh, you were the 250. I thought Edson.
Oh, it wasn't me. It was.
It was like, come on, the hell was Kenny Pickett?
Yeah, all right, so it cost Bruce and I a combined $400.
I don't have a problem with Kenny Pickett coming in, but what was the play call on fourth down?
That's the thing.
Why are you going for it on fourth down? Punt the ball and make them go the whole field. What are
the whole length of the field, yeah.
4th and 6, no less. Not 4th and 2,
not 1 or 2.
This is after they had Kenny handed off how many times, right? He hadn't. I couldn't believe they even let him attempt a pass, much less.
Right, that's the other thing. I thought pick 6 was going to happen.
It almost did. That guy wasn't even open. He threw a 2-yard pass on 4th and 6. So then,
why aren't they not? Did I miss something on like my audio wasn't? I wasn't keeping my TV really loud because people were sleeping. Did I miss something? Why would they make that decision to go for on fourth down?
I couldn't hear any of the game audio because I was in a room with like 25 people.
I just don't get
I don't understand either. I just
don't
like
get it. Whatever.
Make them work because it was like
make them go 80 yards or something.
They knew the game was out of reach. It was mathematically impossible. They could not get that. How are they? The only way they could claw back, and they had needed 4 scores in like 3 minutes, and they'd have to onside kick it successfully that many times. It just wasn't going to happen.
But 5 years from now, someone's going to look back at this. It's like, this wasn't really that bad. I mean, look at Mahomes' number. He got 3 touchdowns and over 250 yards. He actually played that well. It was the defense that fit, which was not true.
Not true.
People are going to look back on this and say that, which is nothing to do with it. That's
garbage time. Is yeah. And he hits that. But I got to say, that was a beautiful.
That was a beautiful pass.
After getting beat up all the game long, yeah.
Great. That was
perfectly placed,
beautiful throw, right on the money to Worthy.
And of course, the defense is now kind of like a little bit lax. They're ready to celebrate.
Yeah, they were already dumped the Gatorade.
He already dumped the Gatorade, so they're like,
that's why I said, did the Gatorade kind of like put his headphones on the fritz, and that's why he called let him go on 4th down or something? I don't know. I couldn't think of anything else.
And
okay, Kenny, can you hear me? Why? What Kenny? Okay, no. Okay.
Oh no.
So after Worthy's touchdown, the Eagles take the field with the all Kenny backfield, Kenny Gainwell and Kenny Pickett. And Kenny Pickett kneels the ball for the final play.
He did that at least successfully
in Super Bowl.
Might have fumbled those, but he didn't.
And Steeler fans everywhere laughed their asses off.
Well, probably any fans other than Kansas City fans were laughing.
I was just mad because after Worthy's touchdown, I get a text that like, well, you just lost your money. Thanks to Kenny.
The fight. Yeah, I did the same thing. I'm watching the game with some friends, and they're like, "So, Bruce, how you guys feel?" I said, "It's going to Bills." Well, it's not going anywhere. Forget.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Now the backup on the other side, Carson Wentz. Let me zoom this in a little bit here. Has seen his backup quarterbacks win the Super Bowl twice with him on the sidelines.
Oh, good point.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great point.
Stat of the day.
It's incredible how these stories unfold in the NFL. It's like you can't make that up.
No, you can't. And then 22.5 million people called in sick on Monday.
Of course.
It's up 40% from a year ago. This is the argument that has to be made that the Super Bowl has to be either started early. It used to be in the afternoon when I was a kid.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. Or you put it Saturday, or you arrange it so that they play this weekend and they have President's Day.
Which I think will happen because they're pushing for the 18th game, which will make it 19 weeks, I guess.
I would lobby for right now, just start the season a week later.
Yeah, that's what I would push for.
And that's what will happen, or take a week off between the end of the year and the wild card week.
Yeah, give all the teams that are made the playoffs. Here's your reward. You get another, to heal up. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind that either.
So your Super Bowl MVP was Jalen Hurts. That was a no-brainer.
There was really nothing. I mean, once they bottled up Saquon Barkley, I mean, the only other thing I would say is like if they, but the NFL never does this, but I would give it to the whole defensive line. But whatever.
They did that once in the Super Bowl. They gave it to someone on defense.
Right.
They should have done that. It was the Dallas Super Bowl.
Yeah, Chuck Howley. But so I lost a prop bet on Hurts, though. I took him to have 225 plus throwing yards, and he had 221. Kenny Pickett screwed me twice in this game.
Yeah, that was bad. Yes, just one more pass would have done it probably. Jeez.
Yeah. So I found this. This is pretty interesting. Only one quarterback drafted after Patrick Mahomes has won the Super Bowl as a starter. Look at all these quarterbacks.
Wow.
And Jalen Hurts is the only one. Yeah, there we go. I'll zoom in.
Are you kidding me?
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
I can't believe this many quarterbacks was drafted after Patrick Mahomes. He's only been in the league, 6-7 years? That's crazy.
Now, something just came up. Like when I see Lawrence there next to him, are the rumors really true? Did Pittsburgh reach out for Lawrence?
Pittsburgh called Jacksonville, but apparently Jacksonville said nah.
Okay.
Wow.
So we'll see about that. So there we go. We're riding into the offseason, gang.
At a high.
On a high.
All undefeated picks for that week. Couldn't end it better.
We finally get it right. At the end of the year, we get everything right.
So we will be talking about free agency. We will be talking about the draft. We will be talking about other sports until football kicks off again. The three of us will have a conversation.
Okay.
We're going to take a week off to figure this out.
Okay.
And I think we agreed we'll just do bi-weekly.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe a couple.
Obviously, when the draft comes, whatever.
Yeah, we'll do specials here and there. We should even like draft night or
Okay.
But the two teams that played in the Super Bowl, the free agents. I'll start with the Chefs because they lost. So these are the key free agents the Chefs have going into the offseason. Trey Smith, Nick Bolton, Justin Reed, Marquise Hollywood Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, who's toyed with retirement.
Yep.
Charles Emmanuel, Tershawn Wharton, Kareem Hunt.
All the receivers. Holy cow.
Juju Smith-Schuster, Justin Watson, McCole Hardman, DJ Humphries. McCole Hardman, I forgot he was even on this team.
Oh.
Mike Pennell, Samjay Perrine, Josh Uche, Derek Nadi, James Winchester, and Carson Wentz.
Oh, they gotta focus on Carson Wentz first.
Yeah, man, that's right. That's a definite. Oh yeah. Carson Wentz makes football. I mean,
I
Carson
can't believe how
Wentz.
many wide receivers they have.
I couldn't believe. I was looking. I was counting. It's like 4 or 5. I'm like, wow.
Everyone but
Don't forget Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice is on this team too. But remember he tore his Achilles or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And he's a good receiver. You know, I'd love to say that this game might be the beginning of the end for the Chiefs, but you know, if they bring back, they're probably going to re-sign.
Oh no, I don't think
Hollywood Brown. They're going to get Rice back. Worthy came a long way this year.
Yes.
Noah Gray is not Travis Kelce, but I think he's a suitable enough tight end for what they do.
He's a good tight end without the distractions. I hate to say that, but it's like that can be a big distraction because you guys will love this. One of the people at the party, she's my friend's daughter. She's like 17 years old, big time Swiftie, big time. She's wearing the Taylor Swift shirt and everything like that, going crazy during the Super Bowl. And we look at her and we all say at the same time, you know, we've seen more pictures of Taylor Swift on your shirt than the whole damn Super Bowl. Because
they showed her that one time she got booed.
Yeah, that was about it.
And then
that was it.
Because Kelce wasn't doing anything.
Yeah. Kelce looked intimidated. I tell you, I say it again. Yeah. Kelce just looked like he thought he had visions of, who was it?
Jerome Bettis.
No, he had visions of someone going across the field and Ray Lewis waiting for them. Something like that. It was like, oh no, man, no.
Yeah, I think once the game was getting out of hand, he knew his big show that he planned on putting on.
Right, Edson's right. He probably had something programmed all like, I'm gonna do this, and ride off into the sunset.
Including proposing to her, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was gonna do that.
Which it turns out maybe it's best for her that it didn't happen. Hate to say it.
Yeah, he's a douchebag. I hate that. He's a douchebag. So,
Shake it off.
Yeah, there you go. She should have said that, or somebody.
We were trying to start a prop bet in the room during the game that, like, in the off season, do they break up and does she write an album about him now? You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible.
I gave you my love. You gave me relief. You couldn't even win a damn three-peat. Something like that. I mean, words like that. You have to like repeat. Yeah.
I was saying when they showed her talking to her friend, I said she's asking for if they got Jalen Hurts' phone number.
Ooh, that's Saquon Barkley. I know he's fine. Look at them kids. Ooh.
He's taken, but I think Hurts is
Hurts is definitely looking. So
and she's like, "Ooh, he was MVP."
MVP. Yeah. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Watch her at the Eagles next year. She'll be in Philadelphia, like, whoop, whoop.
Oh gosh. And speaking of which, we're happy, and we've said this before, we're happy now, but 2 years from now, we may be saying the same thing about the Eagles. When is somebody going to take them down?
Exactly. That's what happens. That's what happens.
Because look at their defense is so young. It's like, geez.
Well, they've got to spend some money on it.
They do have,
it's a good segue. Their free agents are Zach Bond, Josh Sweat. So they got a problem right there. 1 and 2. Bang, bang. Milton Williams, Brendan Graham. There's another one.
Yeah. He's good.
Makai Becton, key part of their offensive
on the
line.
offensive line.
Fred Johnson, Avante Maddox, Rick Lovato, Kenny Gainwell.
Gainwell was my favorite player on the Eagles. He's one of my favorite players.
CJ Azuma, Jack Driscoll, Nick Gates, and LaRaven Clark. So, yeah, they've got some money to spend. They got some spending to do.
That's right.
Want to keep this together. So
they better key in on that defensive line and offensive line to keep them together. But
yeah, but I thought the same thing after the game. I'm like, damn, the Eagles are not. They don't have a weakness anywhere. We're gonna
know. It's like, what the heck? Now, 2 years ago when they went to the Super Bowl and lost, they did have an off year the following year,
right?
Where I'm not saying this was the cause of it, but they did. I believe they wound up losing at least they both coordinators, I think, just
right?
Much like, so I don't know if that kind of put them a step back because they just. This is a segue into saying that their Kellen Moore is hired by the Saints.
Yes,
that fills in all the head coaching openings.
Good point. I should have pulled that story. You're right. And this will be the fourth offensive coordinator Jalen Hurts has had in 4 years. So
that's tough. Wow.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. So they could take a step back. And a lot of it, again, I mean, I think they have more critical players to sign than the Chiefs do.
Good point. Yeah.
So that, based on what we saw, that defensive line, though, I mean, I bow to that defensive line.
Yes.
It reminded me when the Giants in the 2 Super Bowls, how the Giants beat Brady the same way, only rushing 4, no exotic blitzing, no weird stunts or anything. They just came at him over and over again.
Brady got beat up that game. He really did.
And that's when I thought the Giants defensive line should have had the MVP of those Super Bowls. But
yeah, they don't. It's not. It's a glamour league now. It's all about skilled positions, so they got to give the pretty boys. But you're right. I mean, the game is won and lost on the line of scrimmage. No matter, you say it over and over again, and it's true. It's just true.
I honestly think Andy Reid and Casey, and we all love Andy Reid, and he's great. I'm not saying anything bad about him. I honestly think because all year long they went through this, that they didn't have to worry about that much about their offensive line issues because they were going to use that quick passing, short, like 5-6 yard passing. And then once the Eagles didn't have to sacrifice any blitzing at all, that went out the window, and that was it. Like, what was their backup plan after that?
Nothing. Well, you can leave 7 players in the secondary
right there. Yeah,
I mean, everybody's covered. Yeah, and it was just to watch it. Like when Cooper DeJean picked off the ball, pulled the pick 6. I kind of thought it was over right there. They're down 3 scores now, and the Chiefs are not an offensive juggernaut. I think they struggled to score 30 points twice this year.
Yep.
They were averaging 18 to 20 a game. So
they were not a team that could make it back from big deficits, but they were a great team for like a one score, like scoring at the last minute to win the game. And if you just needed one drive, they were excellent at that. And usually you see the opposing coach just melt down and like do something stupid just to and they waited for the opposing team to make a mistake, which didn't happen here. But
no,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, you go ahead, Bruce.
I was thinking about, Edson's going to laugh at me, of course. I was, one thing, if you play that type of defense, is you have to have really, really athletic guys to play that type of defense, especially in the front end.
Yeah.
And they're fast, they're strong. And I was watching, I'm showing my age again, a videotape of, I like old time football. The 1970 Baltimore Colts played a defense, which was really interesting, where they played a story. They had 4 big, strong guys. They had Bubba Smith, Billy Ray Smith, and this old time lineman. But they had the linebackers play back in the zone, and they was have a deep zone defense. So every time it was like they were playing the Raiders with George Blanda and Daryl Monica. It's like, wait a minute, Bludnikoff would get open for a split second. He go into another zone, and there's like 3 guys waiting for him. And if you can do that on a consistent basis, like Kansas City was, I expected Kansas City to like, okay, snap out of it. Okay.
Yeah.
We have this figured out. But every time, and Philadelphia did not change anything. They said, okay, can you beat us this way? And the answer is no, you can't.
That's what you just said is perfect, Bruce, because that's what I couldn't believe, that a guy like Andy Reid couldn't scheme up a way to diffuse what was happening. You're right. The Eagles did the same thing the whole game. They changed nothing, and Andy Reid couldn't adapt to it. And that was amazing to me to watch. He looked, when they showed him, he looked frustrated on the sidelines. Like was baffled. He had no answer.
It's like,
it was bizarre and glorious to watch.
Even though Andy, don't get us wrong, we all love you, but man.
Yeah.
And we really haven't mentioned this guy yet, but I give Vic Fangio all the credit in the world to come up with to not just come up to get a defensive game plan that fits his defense strength so well that Buff, like you said, got Andy Reid, flustered with no way around it.
Especially when all you heard all week was how Spagnuolo was the genius and he was going to come.
Yes, I forgot about that. You're right.
And look, Kansas City's defense did not play horrible. They did what they set out to do, which was stop Saquon Barkley. Unfortunately, they couldn't stop
the time of possession was so lopsided. They were stuck in the air. I mean, they were tired. There was only so much you can do.
Oh, you already got the date for NBC.
So here's next year's Super Bowl on NBC. I think we can close out with this, right? We have no picks to make.
Nope.
So let's make one pick right now.
Oh, jeez.
Based on the colors of the logo, it's in San Francisco. What 2 teams do you think? We're just spitball it today. What 2 teams do you think are going to be in the Super Bowl next year?
The thing is, I don't want to do the boring thing, which a lot of these pundits are doing, which is let's see Philadelphia and Kansas City back. So I'm going to say Baltimore definitely. I'm going to say Baltimore, and I'm hoping that Detroit doesn't have a big fallback because of this. So I'm going to say Baltimore and Detroit.
Bruce?
Okay, by this color scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready for this one? Here's a tough one.
Go by the color scheme.
I'm going by the color scheme. That's what he said. Go by.
I see 2 colors in there that work for Bruce.
Yep. I'm sorry, I don't like the color scheme. So.
Oh man, I'm glad I report to NAACP after this show. Anyway, by the scheme, I'm looking at Miami and Green Bay.
Wow!
Oh my God! Wow!
Look at that! Look at the little.
I mean, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. And I'm sorry, I didn't even think of it because Green Bay would have an excellent shot too.
I'm just looking at the teal look.
Yeah, that tells me the Titans and the.
Well, I'm sorry, I won't go that far. That I know every team says they have a shot at the beginning, but I'm not going with the Titans.
No. I'm going to say Buffalo in Detroit.
Okay.
I think the Bills. It's finally the Bills' time. I mean,
that
window is about to slam down on their fingers. They got to get in there.
They got to, because Josh Allen. I like Josh Allen a lot too.
Unfortunately, you have 2 of them that way. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are both in the same boat. And
I agree.
And we all agreed. They said the game we wanted. My favorite game of the playoffs was Baltimore and Buffalo. I mean, just let them have it. Just go ahead and do what you got to do.
That was the only bad thing about this playoffs. I was hoping that Kansas City would have to go through both teams, and no, the 2 teams took each other out. And
I know
play one. That was it.
I know. Well, hey, it was we had fun. It was a fun season.
Thanks again, guys, for letting me play the game.
23 weeks. Oh, I got one video here actually to wrap this up. Here we go.
Mahomes flag, you see Mahomes on.
No, that's not the right one. Where'd it go?
I got this for you.
Oh, I forgot. I had a whole bunch of stuff here, but
we're
tapped for time. So This is the one.
Mahomes flag, you see. Mahomes on the run and being crunched right there by Brandon Jones.
Can you let me know if he gets close?
Yes, Patrick.
He's asking the official. Right, he's asking the official. Hey, can you let me know when the guy's close?
32. We got fucking fire, man. I know it. Here we go. 32.
Apparently they have a fire, Kenny. Sounds like it.
Las Vegas with a 1-point lead. Trickery. Back for Fields. That didn't work. Get it out of the playbook.
I ain't never played in the freaking snow before, but I know one thing. We're going to make some snow angels by dominating the line of scrimmage.
Oh, where the fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! What Eddie? What the hell? Yeah! What Eddie? What the hell? Terrible, what's that? Somebody jump on sides, damn!
Hey, John, how you doing?
Nice
Good
to see you, bud.
Same
You doing
here.
okay?
Yeah, I'm doing
Let's
great.
have a great day today, man.
You got it.
If you get out space, which I know you will, we have this talk all the time.
Yep.
You are going to get down.
Yep.
I know you.
Well, I got down last week and I tore all my skin off my knee, so.
We don't want any part of that.
Yeah, come on. Oh, hey, John, we're not doing that. He came in here, he's hit me after lick.
Defense, number 98.
Hey, we didn't have a play called, Max. We didn't have a play called. LOL. Mom loves Liam more. I just told your brother that your mom loves you more.
Nice, I like that.
I think I'm in his head. We're not punting today, okay? You guys got me? We're not punting today. Yo, I'm gonna call a play that necessitates you getting a completion.
I'll tell you, that's a gut check right there, huh? Yep. I got a pretty big gut. You guys were checking it here, man. Proud of you guys for just hanging with it. And Leo, I'll treat you to a cheeseburger.
Hey, I tried to take a nap before I got in the I couldn't sleep. I can't stop moving. I keep seeing red. And red don't mean stop. Red mean go.
The runner's butt cheek was down on the ground, and the ball was short of the goal line.
Good job, guys. Good job. Hell of a job.
No. You hell of a job.
No. You. Where'd my helmet go? I lost my helmet. That ain't it. Can you help me find my helmet?
I needed that 4-piece. What you call it? He grew up eating Wendy's.
Okay. Arby's?
Or whatever the Arby's, Wendy's, Taco Bell, Sonic.
Justin, just talk to us, man. Just tell. Just say something. How do you do it? Say it.
I've got so much to say and so little time to say it. Great job, everyone.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
Congratulations to everybody. We're going to give Santa Claus a game ball here in a minute. Club record, 15 victories in a season. Never been done.
That's so freaking awesome.
A little recap of the year.
So glad they have so much fun.
Yeah.
Before we go, did you guys see? Oh man, what's his name? Somebody jump off sides. What's his name?
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston during the press conferences during the Super Bowl. I need a job because somebody won y'all. He was hilarious.
He's a national treasure. And
yes, he is.
There's talk about maybe signing him in Pittsburgh. So, all right. I think that's it.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if so inclined. And thank you for joining us all season long here for this week.
Yes.
Well, we will transition into all the other sports going forward.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
With some football.
Yep. Bye, y'all.
Yes, I think no. Yes, the joyfulness is over.
Thanks for watching GeekTime TV. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, make sure to check the little bell icon anytime someone from our network drops new content here. Want some GeekTime swag? Check out the merchandise available in the GeekTime TV store, linked in the channel description below. Share GeekTime TV with friends, and as always, thank you for your support. We'll see you soon.